this video, we will explore the ambition of a responsible company to contribute in reducing environmental impacts while ensuring its profitability and economic growth. These are the objectives of this lesson. Discuss stakeholder management and identify key organization stakeholders. Number 2. Define corporate social responsibility. Number 3. Summarize arguments for and against corporate social responsibility. Number 4. Identify 4 criteria for measuring corporate social performance. And define corporate governance and discuss its importance.
So hi guys, I'm Gemma Emricamata and I am your lecturer for today. So our topic to discuss is all about corporate governance and stewardship. So what is corporate governance? It refers to the active oversight of management decisions and company action by board of directors. There are two main issues regarding this. Number 1, business ethics failure, and number 2, poor corporate social responsibility. The governance exercised by these boards most typically involves hiring, firing, and compensating the CEO and top management, assessing strategy, and verifying financial records. Ethics self-governance is making sure day-to-day performance is achieved ethically and in socially responsible ways. When corporate failures and controversies occurs, weak governance often gets blamed. Even as one talk about corporate governance and top management accountability, it is important to remember that all managers must accept personal responsibility for doing the right things. It is not enough to fulfill one's performance accountability. It must be fulfilled in an ethical and socially responsible manner. The full weight of this responsibility holds in every organizational setting, from small to large, from private to non-profit, and at every managerial level, from top to bottom. There is no escaping the ultimate reality. Every manager is a steward of his stakeholder interests, and being a manager at any level is a very socially responsible job. So number 2 is all about stewardship. So what is sustainability first? Sustainability in management means acting in ways that supports a high quality of life for present and future generations. Sustainability opportunities is when you hear the terms like alternative energy, recycling, and waste avoidance. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR for short, describes the obligation of an organization to act in ways that serve both its own interests and the interests of society at large. Corporate social responsibility comes to life in day-to-day management through stewardship. Stewardship and management means taking personal responsibility to always protect and respect the interests of society at large. There are what we call triple bottom line: the economic, social, and environmental performance, and the 3 P's of organizational performance, which are profit, people, and planet. You might think of stewardship, the triple bottom line, and the 3 P's more generally as acting with social responsibility.
Stakeholders and stakeholder management. Stakeholders. They are persons, groups, and other organizations directly affected by the behavior of the organization and that hold a stake in its performance. They are the person who can interest in the company and in the project. They can also be an investor, and their actions determine the outcome of the company. Stakeholder management. It is the process of maintaining good relationships with the people who have the most impact on your work. Communicating with each one in the right way can play a vital part in keeping them on board. And so, stakeholder networks include owners or shareholders, employees, customers, suppliers, business partners, governments and regulators, community members, and future generations. Given the sheer
complexity of stakeholders facing an organization, is to be expected that they may have somewhat different interests. This often makes a manager's responsibility for stakeholder management quite complicated. For example, customers may demand low-priced products, while environmental activists may pressure the company to utilize manufacturing processes that makes product more expensive. Or, shareholders may push the company to cut costs and improve the organization's financial performance, while employees may demand higher level of healthcare benefits or protection against layoffs. There is one way for managers to deal with stakeholder demand, which is to evaluate them using three criteria. First criteria is the stakeholder power. It refers to the capacity of the stakeholder to positively or negatively affect the operations of the organization. Second, demand legitimacy. It reflects the extent to which the stakeholder's demand is perceived as valid and the extent to which the demand comes from a party with a legitimate stake in the organization. Lastly, issue urgency, which deals with the extent to which the issues require immediate attention or action. And now, let's proceed to the perspectives on corporate social responsibility. CSR is a self-regulating business model that helps a company be socially accountable to itself, its stakeholders, and the public. By practicing CSR, also called corporate citizenship, companies can be conscious of the kind of impact they are having on all aspects of society, including economic, social, and environmental. It may seem that corporate social responsibility is one of those concepts that most everyone agrees upon, but stakeholders can hold differing views on the ethicality of an organization's actions. Even the pros and cons of corporate social responsibility as a business priority are subjects of debate. The classical view of CSR holds that management's only responsibility in running a business is to maximize profits. In other words, the business of business is business, and the principal obligation of management should be to owners and shareholders. Although not against corporate social responsibility in its own right, proponents of the classical view believe that society's interests are best served in long run by executives who focus on maximizing their firm's profits. They believe that society gains when businesses pursue their own interests in competitive settings that make things healthier foods and energy-efficient products attractive to produce because they are profitable. They fear that pursuit of CSR as a separate business goal will reduce profits, raise costs, reduce competitiveness with foreign firms, and give business too much special power with too little accountability to the public. The socio-economic view of CSR holds that management or managers must be concerned with the organization's effect on the broader social welfare and not just with corporate profits. Arguments in favor of CSR are that its pursuit by a business will enhance long-run profits, improve public image, make the organization a more attractive place to work, and help avoid government regulation. Furthermore, because society provides the infrastructure that allows businesses to operate, they should act consistent with society's best interests. The shared value concept is that economic progress for the firm and social progress for the broader community are fundamentally interconnected. The point of the shared value approach is to seek business advantage by following practices and aligning strategies. It suggests a virtuous circle in which corporate social responsibility leads to improved financial performance for the firm, which in turn leads to more socially responsible actions in the future. We can consider shared value as creating wins for both companies and societies.
Hi guys, I am Alaina Joy Ibanez. I will discussing corporate social responsibility and the 4 strategies of corporate responsibility and all about DXN. Let's talk about CSR, the corporate social responsibility. What exactly does it mean? Global warming, diminution natural resources, the extinction of various animals and plant species. Global population increase and migration. Among others, there are some of the real environmental and social issues we face today. How can we address these issues while ensuring food, education, and health for all? How can we ensure that economic development and technological progress benefit the greatest number of people? In these challenges, a more sustainable developmental approach becomes necessary. This requires the commitment of all organizations, government, associations, companies, and citizens. Everyone is concerned. What can a company do? The 4 strategies of corporate responsibility. Number 1, obstructionist strategy means fight social demands. The second one is defensive strategy, means meet legal and market requirements. The third one is accommodative strategy, which means meet ethical requirements. And the last one is the proactive strategy, means take leadership in social initiatives. Let's talk about the first theory. It focuses mainly on economic priorities. Social demands lying outside the organization perceived self-interest are resisted. For example, cigarettes manufacturer tried to minimize the negative health effects of smoking for decades until indisputable evidence becomes available. The next one is defensive strategy, focuses on protecting the organization by meeting minimum legal requirements. For example, the lenders should provide information to customers about the loan they are receiving. The third one is accommodative strategy. Focus on satisfying social ethical expectations. For example, this oil firm provides cleanup activities to compensate communities that have been harmed. The last one is the proactive strategy. It takes discretionary actions in the hope of making things better in the future, responsibly in many ways. The DXN. The DXN is the Ganoderma Company, which founded by the Dr. Lim Slow Jin. The core business activities of DXN include cultivation, manufacturing, and marketing of the health food supplements. In the past few years, emphasis has been made on the need for companies to initiate policies that comply with this environmental social responsibility This is to ensure protection of the environment, elimination of waste and toxic emissions, and maximization of resources, reduction of activities that might impair the enjoyment of resources by future generations. The DXN employs a successful environmental management system, which is a set of processes and practices that enable DXN to reduce any negative repercussions on the environment. ISO 14001 are internationally agreed standards that set out the requirements. Hence, with the implementation of in DXN, it is ensured that DXN's policies and practices are in accordance with the environmental social responsibility. Thank you for watching.